Hi, it's Ileana. So I recently had a interesting experience where a channeling was done with my higher self, my soul aspects, and my body to see what is unique about me in terms of who I am, what type of healing would work great for me, because I've been connecting to the Lyran crystalline healing chambers quite a bit to heal various aspects of myself on very deep levels. And this channeling that Amir had done, and I had conducted the channeling interview through him channeling my higher self, my aspects in the body, we discovered that crystalline healing works best for me. I have a lot of crystalline scaffolding, lattices and matrices within myself that need healing, unique specialized healing, and accessing my living library will help to facilitate that healing. That's what we found out through this recent channeling that was done, and that also aspects of Atlantis were accessed where we discussed ancient knowledge that comes from Atlantis and things that are connected to that about my soul aspects. That was interesting. And then a few days later, I found this interesting information because we're going to be healing my crystalline lattice matrices, and I was seeing this amethyst wall, living wall of crystalline frequency within me that needs healing, and other walls of crystalline matrices that needs to be replaced and healed. And that is all connected to crystals and crystalline aspects. I think the universe provides a roadmap to everything, to see examples of things that we all need to learn and understand. And this popped up. I'm calling it the Roadmap of Soul Remembrance. This is by Lucy Howard, and I've added a bit of wisdom information to it. I believe Lucy taps into great wisdom and knowledge, and she has the road to helping people with the human map, how to map your soul. And she's written a new book, so I'm going to link her book down below in the video description. And this is a great example of what Lucy Howard wrote of capabilities, what we can learn about ourselves. This is a great article, and I contributed a bit more to it towards the end. And I'm going to share her wonderful wisdom today. So I just titled this The Roadmap of Soul Remembrance. She didn't have a title for the write-up, so I just kind of titled it The Roadmap of Soul Remembrance. When remembrance happens, it comes in different layers. It can come in pictures, it can come in a feeling, come in like a wave of emotions. When you see pictures within thoughts or memories that come back, you are able to view that picture in a much broader sense. When you have activated your mind, heart, and soul together, and your mind is no longer creating resistance from the resonance tone within your thoughts, from reacting, you are able to view the picture in a deeper and a more clear scale perspective. And I agree with Lucy on this. In my own experience with what I need for healing, I was feeling deeply connected to the Lyran crystalline healing chambers, and I worked with the Lyrans recently to get that healing in the chambers, and this inspired me to talk more with Amir, to do that channeling of self-exploration and discovery. Well, what more does my soul need? in my aspects for healing. So we're going to work on specific crystalline healing. And this is kind of like me learning about this roadmap of soul remembrance to help me with that healing. The universe led me to this, to see this, because in some way it connects to my healing journey. You are able to slide the picture back and forth and view the thread of thought like a reel. When memories of past life come through, the embodiment of depth within sight to that frequency field in that particular memory, it will broaden with the deeper resonance. You will feel the harmonic frequency of the viewer, your actual reality, a bystander viewing it happen, being a witness, or hearing it from a third party, being a witness to a conversation. And I'm an actual crystalline frequency harmonic. I harmonize with crystals. I am a crystal living essence on a harmonization scale, crystalline harmonization. And certain things need to be rebalanced and reharmonized. So this really resonates, what she says here, with me. You are able to feel the frequency of the planet during that time. You are able to feel the intention from the moment it was laid down, the nature of why the intention was there in the first place, and you'll feel what the intended outcome was within the snapshots that you see. When memories come back that are beyond your current waking reality, it will incorporate the actual timeline that those memories were laid down in. In ancient Egypt, the organs were put in canopic jars to preserve their life force energy, with the intention of bringing them back to life. Some could see the human-headed jar, the liver, and a crystal popped out of the air, like one from that of Atlantis. And I had worked with Atlantean crystals when I had past lifetimes as a healer in Atlantis, and I still work with various Atlantean crystals on the higher levels of my reality. So I greatly connect to this as well. Then on a molecular level, the cells came alive. Then some were brought to a room that was lit by fire. And watching hieroglyphs being laid down on a wall in ancient Egyptian times, and there were sound tones, sound frequency being created with intention. The nature and origin of the ley lines on the earth at that time, the way the pyramids worked, the way frequency was exchanged during that time, tones carried different properties of information, and all of it worked together. Everything worked in harmony and unity. Ascension was more open at that time, having more access to ascension knowledge, life force knowledge, and creation knowledge. We had more knowledge because we were more highly connected to our higher selves and soul aspects. But now that's coming back as we work with knowing who we are. And we can become more of ourselves, tune in into who we are in vibration, frequency, physical matter, and reality. That's coming back to work together again in a more harmonious way. That's the kind of the message and the lesson I'm getting from this. So within this thread of remembering, witnessing, some could feel the embodiment of the frequency that was being laid down within the hieroglyphs and within the tomes. They were viewing through the eye of the beholder, carrying the intention of creating the codes. You can call this light codes, you can call this soul codes, you can call this your living library codes of accessing the highest aspects of yourself, the universe, the knowledge on the creator scale, as we are all creators. Tapping within, remembering yourself, remembering who you are, your past lifetimes, how that's connected to your current self to help yourself, ancient knowledge from Atlantis, Lemuria, Your highest, deepest connections to yourself, of who you are, tapping within the living library of the self to help yourself to thrive. How it was laid down within that moment, the energy became a frequency match to view on a broader scale. So everything is part of frequency harmonization scale, crystalline harmonization of, and other unique parts of ourselves, because we might be more than that as well, and where we come from as living beings from different extraterrestrial civilizations, light bodies, light beings. There's more than one kind of a being to explore, and how we connect to healing and vibration and who we are. The sound that was being created carried codes that were being laid down within the sound, intentional frequency waves, codes that are embedded in the art that is put on the wall, or the living library art that is within us. These codes were viewed through what seemed to be like a looking, coming through a wall. You can say maybe like a looking glass coming through a wall. You can look at the doorway of it, through the side of the door, looking at it in any direction, and the codes will be a different set of fragment reflection of the point of origin. It's like you're looking at it through a lens of a crystal, and there's different facets. Every single angle of the facet you're looking at will show a different picture, but it's the same crystal. Same thing with these color-coded bands that came out of the wall. Different tones create different colors and different codes. There is like a lot of information that was seen in that moment in time. To view more deeply, one would align their thought frequency with the intention of the sound frequency when it was created, the origin of embodiment. Feel the artist who created it. Feel the writer, creator of who wrote it in the first place. The origin of the ley lines, the way the planet and the frequency was at that time. Connect with the place you're in. Connect with what you're seeing and feeling, of the vibration of where you're transported in your living library, in a past life. Get to know yourself. Get to know what you're capable of and who you are as a living being in the past, present, and future. When you go back into your soul memories, you can literally feel these things, and these kind of memories will come back to you in a broader scale. What's within you is so much more than what we were told we are capable of. Once you give yourself permission to see yourself, so much will open up to you and for you. There is a special place where you can enter the hidden world to discover who you are on all levels of the Creator in your reality, to see the full scope of your creations. Each one of us has a special inner hidden world that is an aspect of us and all that we are encompassing parts of us that we can explore. The higher self and the soul have the answers within us, waiting to be discovered to help us find the eternal knowledge and wisdom that can help to create healing. Find out deep things about ourselves that we need to know in our lives. We all have a living library that we are born with, where we can discover more about who we are, what we need for our unique health, understanding of the world, the universe, as well as to tap and access information that helps us on our path of ascension and creator being evolution for who we are growing into as living beings. I think this is profound information by Lucy Howard, and me adding a few things to it to explore the journey of soul evolution, the roadmap of soul remembrance. And this is a beautiful sketch that Lucy had done of what she had seen in that time of Egypt and Atlantis, what she was tapping into, hearing, understanding the symbols, the hieroglyphs, the ancient aspect of life and reality, and that frequency harmonization with crystals and living matter. This is the wall that she was seeing and harmonizing with. And this is what she wrote. As the original text is being laid down, color bands and codes of information was encoded within the character. Even characters that look similar to the physical eye can have different codes. The color bands are illuminated. They come out in geometric stages to create structures, walls that are illuminated with color and streaming light codes. Each character opens up a new color band. Each color band has a different depth to it, a different side, height, color, hue, and musical note, tone. Information can be obtained by frontal viewing or through the side viewing, the entrance of the colored wall. Different codes are stored through different perceptions of viewing. Each code is faceted and has a code of its own. Keep going. I think this is very profound, how she can tap into codes, how she can see the past and the connection to the present, how she can see frequency, color, harmonization. She can see crystalline fields. She can see ancient languages, Atlantis, and the human expression of creativity, of what came before and what is now and how it is connected. So I thought that was amazing, and I wanted to showcase her work and her ability and how important it is to emphasize to tap into ourselves and explore the living library that we are. I believe she was tapping in parts of her own living library, from parts of Atlantis, from parts of other beautiful places in Egypt, to explore something that's important to her, that has connections to healing, to crystals, to harmonization, recoding the soul itself to be in harmony and unity, to be at its best, healthiest self and knowledge of who we are. That is ascension. She's literally tapping here into ascension and creativity and connection to the higher aspects of her soul and the souls of others, and what this beautiful information brings to help us discover who we are and what our ancestry, our lineages are, and where we're headed in a more balanced, harmonized future, and accessing knowledge that we need for our highest good and well-being, from Egypt, from Atlantis, from Lemuria, other past lives, current lifetimes, and future lifetimes. It's all interconnected. It all helps to heal. It all helps to become a whole living being on the ascension journey and path of self-discovery. That is the connection. That is the beautiful journey of discovery. Thank you so much.